Folks, I have a simple question for you. Is the Warriors season considered a success or a failure? Comment your thoughts below. And on this episode of Warriors Digest with Randy Silver, we're going to do a post-mortem on the season, how it started, the middle, the end, and dive into was this successful or not. And then at the end, again, comment your thoughts if I've changed your opinion. Earlier today, I put out a video about the offseason plans of the Warriors. Giannis coming and going. We have refutable, honestable news reporting from NBA insiders. What's the plan with the core three of Jimmy, Steph, and Draymond? Everything in between, folks. Please subscribe to Warriors Digest so you don't miss anything. This is my reaction video of the Warriors season being over. If you want to see what happened in the Game 5 with the Wolves, Arthur did a great job breaking it down. That video is linked below. The other video is linked, so you can go through that. Personally, folks, what do I say? Again, comment your thoughts. This season is a success for the Warriors. And why is that? Because where we started, 12-3, first in the West, to where we were, 11th, 12th seed, 26-26. Massive trade by Mike Dunleavy Jr. to get Jimmy Butler. Finished the season one of the hottest teams in the NBA. 7th seed, almost made it top 6. Probably should have lost some bad games we shouldn't have. Beat the Rockets in 7. Semifinals, lost to the Wolves in 5 without your main man, your Hall of Famer. It's an uphill battle. You know, when we played the Grizzlies in 2022, they didn't have Ja Morant. We beat them, so same type of thing. When you don't have your big guy, it's tough. I know we had a shot. If Steph Curry is healthy, per Steve Kerr, I completely agree. I know we had a shot. He changes that game. Look, every game against the Wolves, third, fourth quarter, mainly third, we got blown out. They kept scoring and scoring. We couldn't stop them. They were getting downhill. We missed shots. Steph Curry opens the game up for all the other players, less pressure, can score, facilitate offense, and we were really missing that. BP did not really come through until Game 5. JK was a revelation after being benched, but overall we had a shot. If we win, then we play Denver or OKC. Both bad matchups for us. Would have still been tough. Coming out of the East, Tatum, wish him all the luck with his Achilles injury. He got surgery. Pacers look like they're the best team in the NBA right now after what they did to the Cavs. Knicks, can they win Game 6 at home at Madison Square Garden? So there was a winnable chance for the Warriors. But this season, folks, was an amazing turnaround from where we were a few months ago to where we ended up. And I'm going to break it all down for you. Again, the season started 12-3, first in the West. Final game of 2024, y'all remember the quote, the meme? We're mid. The choke job. It was embarrassing, 16-16. We look right here, folks. I have it for you. Again, 4-1, 8-6, December 4-9, and really started sliding mid-November. We couldn't get out of it. January, it was win 1, lose 2, win 2, lose 3, back and forth until Jimmy, and then the Warriors became one of the hottest teams in the NBA at that point. I predicted we'd go 49-33. We went 48-34. I was ridiculed for my prediction to start the season. It looked beginning amazing, middle terrible, and great. Should have had 50 wins though. Should have had 50 wins. We lost to the Hawks in the bad game, lost to Miami in the bad game. But again, the trade, the drama, let me make myself big. Beginning of the season, off season last year, Lowry Markkanen, yes or no, ended up no. Paul George, yes or no, ended up no. Excuse me. Kawhi Leonard, yes or no, ended up no. No major trades. And when we got to the midseason and this team was floundering, that's when they got Jimmy Butler by Wiggins. You know, we tried to get Dennis Schroeder, or we did get Dennis Schroeder early in the season after Anthony Melton hurt his ACL. And again, that could have been a game changer for us as well if he would have stayed healthy with his shooting and his defense. Him playing next to Steph was looking really good. You lost Kyle Anderson, we brought in during the season. You know, we brought in Buddy last offseason for shooting to replace Klay Thompson. So Mike Dunleavy Jr., Steve Kerr made some moves. They tried some things, nothing seismic. The Butler trade was seismic. And that's how you got to right here, folks, where now you owe Steph, Butler, and Green basically $130 million next season. Kuminga, what's happening to him? Payton, what's happening to him? Looney, what's happening to him? And then some players back at the bench. So I give Mike Dunleavy Jr. credit. He made moves. I know maybe it wasn't the big moves you want. How did Paul George do with the Philadelphia 76ers? Terrible. Kawhi looked really good in the back half of the season when he was healthy. A lot of marketing with Utah really didn't do a lot. They were tanking for Cooper Flag. They didn't get him. But any of those players, length, size, shooting, could have been helpful with the Warriors. We got Jimmy Butler, who has some length, has a bit of size, can make some shots, but is not the same caliber and is just older than all those players as well. But the Warriors went 23-8 with Jimmy Butler, number 7 seed. They were 25-26, 10th when they got Jimmy Butler, and that's when we took off. The whole team looked like they were sad, disappointed, lethargic. The season was a dumpster fire. And Jimmy Butler, like that, brought everybody into this team. Made them really feel like they were capable of winning. Something you needed to jumpstart this team. You see, with the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, they fired their coach really late in the season. Nuggets, 4 or 5 games before the playoffs. That thunderbolt you need, you can't do that late with a trade. Warriors trade really was that. Butler was like, I'm not going to be the guy. I'm going to be the Robin. Hands up. I said, I don't think this is a good trade. I wanted somebody different, but it worked out well because of how he ended in Miami, in Philly, in Minnesota. Again, the end's always not good. The beginning is much better. I do think that he's matured a bit and he sees this as his final stop to really have a chance to win a championship. He's a great teammate. He says the right things. He's been playing his ass off. Green, 3rd in Defense of the Year player. Steph Curry was voted the Teammate of the Year. We had some interesting things happen with young players. JK really started the season strong. Middle of the season fell off after his ankle injury. Tried to work his way back in the lineup with Butler. Butler, Green, and JK did not play well together. End of the season, beginning of the playoffs did not play coach's decision. And then he showed his worth really in the T-Wolves series. Is he going to play as a restricted free agent on the Warriors next season with a new contract? I think he's going to get $20 to $40 million on the open market. We don't have that type of money to spend on him with what we have. Moses Moody, really well throughout the regular season. Lack of a better term, disappointing in the the postseason. Now he's going into, where were we? Again, he signed a new deal at the start of this season. So he's got 12-13-13 that starts next year. He's locked in. Quinten Post, 52nd draft pick last year, started in the G League. A lot of you commented saying, hey, Quinten Post needs to be the guy out there playing. We need size and strength. We need length. He looked really good in the regular season, postseason, when you can key on players better defensively. He was shook, was not playing a lot. Pat Spenser, as a point guard, I think should get more run. Kevin Knox was a nice find from the G League team to being a two-way player to coming up. Spenser, same way. Key, signed season. Armstrong was signed mid-season, nothing. Rowe, two-way player, signed nothing. TJD has got 2 years left on his deal. He was starting at the beginning of the season, fell out of the rotation. A lot of did not plays. Kind of came back towards the end of the season. Playoffs when he was needed. BP, roller coaster this season. Started high, middle of the season. Started really bad. That's what I meant. Terrible. Looked like he was in a sophomore slump. Came back from a shoulder injury, I think it was. One of those. And really turned on the back half of the season. Early playoffs. And then the T-Wolves series just fell off. But he healed. We know what he did Game 7 against the Rockets. Throughout the season, started really hot, was hot and cold. The hottest and coldest player in the NBA. Looney looks like his time is probably up with the Warriors. Can rebound still, but can't shoot. Not the most lateral defensive anymore. And GP2, when he's healthy, is a great defender. But can you get somebody better for the price? Maybe all around. He's hot and cold shooting. So that's where the Warriors really had this roller coaster season. Finding Post, Jackson-Davis again. Butler, 2 years with us. You have the core of Draymond, Butler, and Curry. And that's where, when you look at the Warriors stats, let me pull this up. You look at the right here. So we got October 1 to February 6th before the trade. Then we got after the trade and where the Warriors ended up. So what really was important to me was, and I talked about this a lot in the season, our free throw percentage. We were 72%. We were the worst free throw shooting team in the NBA all season until Butler came. Embarrassing. It was embarrassing. We couldn't make shots. We were losing games because of it. Butler comes instantly the rest of the season, 82%. Third best team in the NBA shooting percentage wise. When you put that together, we ended 25th at 76%. Not where the Warriors should be as a shooting team, but much better. And we saw towards the end of the games, end of the season, we were winning games because we were going 20 for 24 from the free throw line instead of like 16 of 25. Those matter. You go back to 3-point percentage. Warriors, 36%, middle of the pack here. You go when Butler came, 36%. So Butler coming, again, he's not a three-point percentage shooting team player, but we stayed right there. Warriors, normally around 37 to 38%. So as a collective team, we're not shooting the best that we can overall, which is disappointing. Usually we're better than that type of team. Now, where we did do really good was rebounding. If we look at rebounding across the board, Warriors were top 5 pre-Butler. You look at with Butler, we actually fell off to 19th. And this was something we saw as the team started playing tall ball against us. We were really losing it. Our guards were not helping on that scenario, but we still finished top 7 in the NBA. So this is something where we got to do better. The Steven Adams of the world, the Rudy Goberts of the world, Jokic, those big players who are in the paint getting these rebounds on us. TJD is not thick enough. Post is not thick enough. Kevon Looney has done it before. He's getting older. It's harder. We need someone to come in who can play the big for us. Now, assist-wise, Warriors are always doing very good. It's something that's the hallmark of this team. Jimmy Butler changes how we play that game, though. Warriors top 7 pre-Butler. You look at assist with Butler, 4. Even though he plays iso ball, we still were getting plenty of assists around. And that's from us creating turnovers, for us moving the ball quickly. We finished top 4 in assists for the league. Now you look at turnovers, folks. This is something that we have to get better on. I say we should get below 15 a game. Still really high. Warriors 14th in turnovers pre-Butler. You look at Warriors with Butler, 18th. So turn the ball over a bit more. It means you're going to finish in that range of 14th to 18th right there. You look at our plus minus, so how many points you're scoring versus how many points are you giving up. Yeah, I know I'm glossing over these, but it's just showing you how this team changed over time. You look at Warriors plus minus. We started the season so good. Historic run plus minus until Butler came, minus 21, put us at 16th. With Butler, 292. Again, one of the hottest teams in the NBA. Butler really slowed down the game for us. Yes, we were still getting assists, but we were controlling the ball much more and winning those games versus losing turnovers. And that's how you ended the season. Top 10 in the plus, which is good. But this is something that you can take your hat on and move forward with in the next season with this bunch. Limit turnovers, more post play, and the Warriors can be successful. And lastly, of course, what do we have to look at? You got to look at wins. Overall, the Warriors with wins, 48, finished 11. You look at how many wins we had with Butler, 23. Top 4 in the NBA. Cleveland out of the playoffs, OKC, Boston still there, Clippers out, Pacers there. But one of the hottest teams down the stretch. And folks, this is going to hurt. We know where we were at win-wise pre-Butler. 25. So, what does this show you, folks? That this season was a roller coaster. Did I change your opinion on if the Warriors had a good or bad season? Comment your thoughts. Again, I think we had a good season from where our expectations were to where we ended up to everything in between. The Warriors really achieved all they could out of this unit, especially with Steph Curry getting hurt. Yeah, this ran out of gas against a better Timberwolves team. Now this offseason, what are they going to do? Retooling. Again, that video is here. You can take a look at it and comment your thoughts on everything. Randy Silver, Arthur here for you, all your offseason news. Like, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.